Right here I have this 2-burner electric cooktop. This is the horizontal style. Let me go ahead and open this up and show you what it looks like. This is everything that came inside the box besides the user manual. We have the actual cooktop itself right here, and then we have the supplies to install this in your countertop right here. Then if you are just going to be using this on top of your countertop and you want to be able to move it around and make it portable, then you can just add these little non-slip grip legs on the bottom of this. I'm going to go ahead and add the legs on before we get into the other features. So you can see on the back here we have the dual fans, one for each burner. And then I have these non-slip grips that I just fastened in here. There's a little screw. All you need is a little screwdriver. So now let's go ahead and flip it over and check it out. Now that we have this all set up and ready to go, let's go through some of the different functions on here. So the functions on this side are identical to the functions right over here. So let's go ahead and just look on this side here. So right over here, this is the lock button. I love this safety feature. You just hold this for 3 seconds and it's going to lock all of the keys here. This is the timer option, and you can use this plus and minus to adjust the time that you want this to stay on for if you're not going to be right next to it, for example. This little screen right here is going to show the temperature, and you can adjust that using this plus and minus as well. This is the function button, and this is what you're going to use to automatically go to these different temperature options. We have melt, simmer, steam, boil, fry, roast, stir fry, and fast heat. And essentially what this is in order of temperature. This is going to be the lowest temperature, and it's going to slowly go up to the highest temperature. Fast heat is essentially the button you're going to push when you want to boil some water, for example. So when you want this to heat up really fast, you're going to push this fast heat button. But I do like that it has all of these options right here. And then this is your power on and off button. And it does have an individual on and off button for each burner. So I really like that it keeps everything separate. A really huge plus to this kind of cooktop is that you can just use a damp cloth in order to clean it off, because there are no grooves in it. This is powered by 2000 watts and 120 volts and 60 hertz, meaning that this is going to heat up fast and evenly. This one right here is 1000 watts and this one right here is 1000 watts. I do really love that at any time you could decide to install this in a countertop just because of the way it's set up. And it would look really nice just flush with your countertop as well. A really nice safety feature about this is that it does have an overheat protection. It will automatically turn off if it is overheating. And anytime you select any of these functions here, it does have a set amount of time depending on the temperature. The higher the temperature, the lower the amount of time that it is going to run before automatically shutting off. Just for size reference, this is 13.8 inches across right here and 23.6 inches across right over this way. And then just because the insert part that is going to go into your counter, for example, is a little bit smaller right down here, it's going to be 22.6 inches across and 13 inches up right here. And just for your reference on what type of items you can actually use on this cooktop, you can use cast iron cookware, you can use stainless steel cookware, you can use a cooking base that is even concave. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat. You can also use an enameled iron pan. You can also use aluminum cookware, copper cookware, ceramic cookware, and glass cookware. So I feel like that pretty much covers all the bases on everything you would want to use on here except for plastic, obviously. I feel like the only thing left to do is to try this out. I'm gonna go ahead and boil some water on both of these different burners and show you how that works. Okay, I have some water in each of these. I actually have the same amount. I have about 3 cups of water in each of these little pans. So let me go ahead and turn each of these individual cooktops on. Let's go through the functions and go to fast heat until we bring that to a boil, and we'll do the same thing on this one. All right, we can see the temperature that it's set to at fast heat. It's at 800 degrees Fahrenheit for both of these surfaces. So let me just give it a couple minutes until it comes to a boil. All right, so it's been a few minutes and you can see this one right here is at a full rolling boil. And this pan over here is just about there. These bubbles are turning a little bit bigger. This is gonna be a rolling boil in a minute. Overall, I really like how convenient this is just to add some extra burners and extra cooktop space, especially if you don't want to cook on your stove or if your stove's already being used up. And honestly, we're really excited to use this while the weather is still nice outside, especially for cooking foods like fish or something that you don't want to stink up your house. And I feel like this would be a really nice option for putting this up outside.